I'm Wes, the auto body guy. After 15 years in the industry, I've decided it's time to share some of the tips and tricks I've learned along the way. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel here. Today we're replacing the dash on this 2007 Lexus ES 350. It's got some issues here along the top. So stick with us. This is a little longer one, but we go pretty in-depth and show you all the trim panels and items required to get this job done. Here's the new dash. Kind of gives you a good idea of all the attachment locations. We'll take a peek under here, down the side. There's a clip and a screw on that side, and obviously in behind the vents and all the little compartments, there's all sorts of connection areas. So we'll get to it here. So to remove this dash, you first have to remove the center console where your elbow rests there. So there's a trim panel right around the shifter there that you remove. It's got a plug at the back. And then there's two 10 millimeters underneath the black carpet in the bottom of the center console. And then there's two 10 millimeter screws at the back under those two vents you can see. And then on each side, what we're doing now is removing the two Phillips screws, a little trim set screw. And then at the front, it's just clipped in. So after you've got those hardware pieces removed, the whole center console will slide straight backwards. But we'll get into it here and show you the various plugs and locations there. Here's a close-up of the plugs and the two 10 millimeter bolts. And here's some screws at the front, actually, either Phillips or 10, connecting the two panels together. And there we go. Looks like 8 screws and bolts, and then some other miscellaneous trim pieces. Here's the speaker covers. You simply prise straight upwards. And each speaker, there's 3 on the top of the dash, have 10 millimeter bolts holding them down. These side pillar trims have a funny little clip that's pretty difficult to get out. Another speaker. Side trim and pillar trim on the right side, and then we're getting into the glove box. Here's the lower kick panel. Removing the glove box door. Here's the face of the glove box. And you have to remove the knee airbag to get to the glove box screws. And here's the glove box assembly with the door removed. A bunch of Phillips screws holding that in. Here's the instrument cluster trim piece. There's one Phillips screw straight up and then it slides forward. And here's the instrument cluster, 2 plugs and 4 bolts, 1 at each corner. And there's 1 bolt in behind the instrument cluster holding the dash to the vehicle. And here's just some miscellaneous other trim pieces. The hood latch clip there, kind of a unique design. And some more plugs on the left kick panel. And the center plug and bolts for the center console. Here's the radio and climate control cluster. There's 4 10mm bolts, 2 at the top and 2 on each side way down at the bottom, and then a bunch of plugs obviously in that thing, 2 antennas, I think it's 6 or 7 plugs going into that unit there. And here's some bolts and plugs in behind the radio. You can see there 2 10mm bolts and 2 at the bottom, and the 1 nut in behind the instrument cluster. And the speaker screws. Here's the vents. They simply pull straight forward. 4 retainers, 2 top, 2 bottom. Slide straight forward. And here's the passenger airbag. There's 2 10mm bolts and 1 large yellow plug. You have to remove that body control module to get to the second airbag bolt. And there's the plug. A little focus there. And here's the new dash all installed, ready to go here. Thanks for watching, guys. Hit the thumbs up if you like this video, and subscribe for more great content in the future. We'll see you on the next one.